Black people will never deserve to sit in first class. The words sliced through the quiet like a blade. Warm yellow light reflected off the soft leather seats, catching the cold eyes across from her. A faint chuckle escaped, and a few glances quickly looked away. She said nothing, only clenched and released her fists, swallowing the anger deep inside. But beneath the surface, molten lava began to rise, waiting for the right moment to erupt and silence the one who had spoken. The drink tray tilted slightly. A stream of cold liquid splashed onto her chest, spreading across her shirt and freshly pressed blazer. The attendant raised an eyebrow, letting out a weightless sorry before continuing. "You'll be more comfortable in the economy cabin." The tone was flat, as if it were simply the natural order of things. She gave no reply, just a brief glance, then lifted her leather briefcase and stepped away from the row. Each step felt heavy, as though sinking into an invisible cord tightening around the air. Somewhere, a few eyes gleamed with satisfaction. But in that silence, plans were already forming, precise and sharp, like a blade aimed at the heart of the one who had spoken. As she passed the service area, a lowered voice carried behind her. Probably a fake ticket. She doesn't look like she belongs there. The final syllable lingered, dripping with disdain. A younger crew member frowned slightly, meeting her eyes for a brief moment before looking down, silent as if he had heard nothing. Her steps remained steady, never turning back. The aisle narrowed as she moved toward economy, where the lights were dimmer and the chatter louder. Each step felt like leaving the stage they had set, yet also like entering a space where the words spoken would not be forgotten. Seat 28B, wedged between steady snoring on the left and pounding music on the right. Without a change in expression, she took out her phone. Her fingers moved quickly. Doused with water, Sheridan Cole. The message went to GSU Terminal Ops, internal, and disappeared from the screen. The phone slipped back into her bag. She leaned her head slightly against the headrest, eyes half closed as if resting. But when a nearby glance met hers, a cold, sharp glint flashed in her eyes, an unshakable resolve that needed no explanation. It silently promised that what had happened was only the beginning. The warning tone blared, long and piercing. The plane tilted sharply, meal trays rattled, glasses toppled, breath quickened, seat mechanism snapped upright. The nearest attendant froze, eyes darting, no instructions ready. Amid the chaos, a voice cut through. "Remain seated and fasten your seatbelts now." Clear, firm. Passengers obeyed. The turbulence raged, but her voice carried certainty, enough to make the cabin believe it was under control. An elderly man struggled with his oxygen mask. Quick hands secured the straps, adjusted the valve. A child ahead sobbed, face wet with tears. A deep, steady voice soothed him, a hand resting gently on his shoulder. She signaled passengers to secure their seats and tighten belts. Across the aisle, the young attendant mirrored her movements with focused precision. Gradually, eyes around the cabin shifted, the earlier doubt replaced by recognition. In the chaos, she became an anchor, a living image of composure and competence. The shaking eased. The intercom crackled. "Sheridan Cole, please come to the cockpit." Her shoes clicked softly against the floor. The door shut behind her, sealing away the noise. Captain Hale's eyes were sharp. "You've just been reported by a director from the internal evaluation team." Silence. Sheridan's lips parted, but no words came. Her face tightened, eyes blinking rapidly. Outside, a few passengers leaned toward one another, unaware that the door had opened onto a secret that could flip the entire situation. The cockpit door opened again. Her steps were slower, heavier. Her face was pale, lips pressed thin. Across the aisle, the young attendant handed a water bottle to a passenger, then glanced at her with clear respect. On the crew's device, a message flashed. HQ rep confirmed. No contact without clearance. The screen went dark again, but the hand holding it trembled. The cabin felt quieter than before, the engine's hum pressing into the silence between them. The shift in balance had begun. The wheels touched down, the cabin shuddering slightly before slowing. Passengers rose, pulling down luggage, filing toward the exit. Someone inclined their head, leaving a quiet thank you behind. At the door, a familiar figure waited, a hesitant voice. "I didn't know." Her gaze stayed calm. A raised hand cut off the rest. "I'm not here to punish. I'm here to see how we treat each other." The air between them stilled, as if even the outside noise had been swallowed. Her next steps carried the words away. light but heavy enough to be remembered. She stepped onto the jet bridge, cool air brushing her face. Ahead, two familiar figures from leadership stood waiting. A deep voice spoke. She will no longer lead, but she will not be dismissed. No elaboration. A slight nod, then forward motion. Her figure faded into the bright terminal light, leaving a cabin quieter than before. And in that quiet, a voice seemed to linger. True strength lies not in retaliation, but in changing the system through wisdom and composure. The words stayed long after the engines fell silent.